It's really cold, everybody. I forgot to turn the heater on in the man cave.
Yeah, it's fitting. Freezes here.
Well, yeah, right? That does make sense. The frozen one is going to join us tonight. Welcome to the Hell of Years podcast. My name is Zach Woodruff. It's 8 o'clock. We're going to hang out and talk about Snoop Dogg and all kinds of goodness. My man Filet is in the building.
What's happening?
What's up, Filet? How you feeling, bro?
Bro, I'm feeling fantastic today.
Yeah, you look great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like the tie-dye shirt.
Thank you, bro. You know, big Snoop Dogg.
Yeah,
you know
man. Get your Snoop Dogg on.
Yeah, and you see what the hat says?
Inhale.
Yeah.
Maintain, you about to inhale some good herbage?
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm about to do.
That was hilarious.
You know what I'm
What
saying?
up, world?
Yeah, what's up? And like wifey was just saying, man, it's cold because the frozen one is joining us live tonight from Los Angeles.
Live from LA.
Hey, Freezer, man, what's up with you, boss? How you feeling, dude?
I'm feeling better than ever, bro, to be real with you. So that's a blessing in itself, and it's good to see you guys. And I'm excited to talk about this album, to talk about health and wellness. You know what I'm saying? So thanks for having me on again, bro.
Oh man, come on, man!
It's
I'm
the
just glad. I
freezer.
know how busy you are, and I know how just it's hard sometimes to all get together and squeeze in just a minute to get together. But that's what we're gonna do tonight. And everybody joining us, feel free to share comments. We're gonna talk about Snoop Dogg. We're gonna take it back to 1993. The homie John's already saying what's up, and Mike is saying what's up,
y'all?
and Justin from
Real
the other
quick,
side of the world. Yes, freeze.
Real quick, let everybody in the chat, I gotta say this because I see you guys. I want to say what's up to everybody in the PDX, the Portland area, who I haven't talked to in probably 10 years, 20 years.
Damn.
It's been a minute,
It's
dude.
been a minute since Freezer's been out this way.
It has been a
I
minute.
need to get up there again.
Yeah, we got to make that happen for sure. 2023, them is some of the goals.
Yeah, some of the goals.
All right, so Filet, just tell me how your week was real quick. What's going on with you?
The week is good. I just want to give a big shout out to my baby girl, bro.
That's really what I want you to talk about real quick. Tell me what's going on with Mahala.
Hey, man, she's just piling up the offers right now, bro. She's out there kicking ass in hoop court in Florida. And so, you know, she's just doing her thing. You know what I mean? So big shout out to Mahala. Salute. You know what I mean? Keep doing your thing, baby girl.
That's what's up right there. Maintain for you for the week, man. How's it been? What you been getting into?
Just been grinding it out, brother. It's a blessing. You know, my youngest daughter been living with me for a couple months, so she's all dialed in, feeling good and feeling herself. You know what I mean? I got no complaints at all. Same.
That's
old
what
grind.
it is. Now, Freeze, wifey was just saying, man, you got to come back and visit, man. We need some Freeze in our life. Last time we had you out here was on my 40th.
Oh, that was a fantastic time.
Which was a fantastic, wonderful time, but that's 4 years.
I actually slept in the Hell of Years podcast studios. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you did. Hey, so tell us what's going on right now. What you're working on? Just
Right.
get everybody up to speed on what's going on with Freeze in LA right now.
Right now, honestly, I'm in hiatus. I'm kind of between gigs. I can't really speak on it legally. Things got to roll out the proper way and whatnot. But I am blessed. I'm excited, and February, you'll hear more in February.
Oh,
So when you're able to, could we bring you back on, and then you can just kind of share
Absolutely.
with us what
that'd
the
be
plan
fly.
is and
we
what all
definitely
that.
need to bring him back on because Freezer does big shit. Just
Yeah,
so
he
you
does.
guys know, he does big shit.
Always has.
Yeah, he has.
I'm
You know
blessed.
what I'm
I'm very blessed. I'm very grateful, and keeping the thing rolling and whatnot out here in LA. And I'm excited about it, man. But yeah, I'll come back as many times as you guys invite me, especially if it's later at night like this.
Yeah.
Why not?
Bro.
You know that's how we're hella old. If you just reference later at night being 8 o'clock.
He's like before Johnny Carson. No, just playing.
Hey, Freeze, we're gonna need you in Sacramento in like June, July. We're gonna Gatlin putting together Doughy Day. Really,
Yeah.
all of y'all. that can make
Oh,
it
that's
out here.
fly.
Yeah.
That's the last time I saw a Freezer. So yeah, man.
Hey, the last time I actually saw Freeze was
shot.
actually in LA.
When your auntie was getting at him. Don't lie. Hey, don't lie. That's what happened.
Hey,
I got that white boy. It's a white boy winner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, I know.
disclaimer, Auntie. Maybe she was getting at him though.
Yeah.
but
Hey, I'm pretty sure
I'm
the
just
homie.
trying to ladies, bro. That's all it is.
Hey, I'm pretty sure there's the homie Var tapping in right here too and say what's up, Freeze, and just shouting you out, man. And my homeboy JB out in LA.
What up,
just
man?
saying, what's up, though, man?
What's happening?
It's gonna be a big night to celebrate LA because we are gonna take it back to '93.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get into that.
Speaking
classic.
of which, happy birthday to DJ Quick.
It
bro.
is DJ Quick's birthday,
Yeah.
57. I think 50,
Yup.
53.
53, yeah. Happy birthday to DJ Quick.
Aaliyah as well. The day before yesterday? Or
I didn't know that. Rest
Happy
in peace to
birthday.
Aaliyah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
man.
I loved her.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah,
man.
I mean,
Hey, just
she
on a
was
side
amazing.
note, I think "Rock the Boat" is like the sexiest video of all time. Like on that like yacht out there
made me
in the
love
water
Tommy
when she did that
Hilfiger.
like rocking back and forth and shit.
I don't know that Janet Jackson anytime.
Oh, good call, Freezer.
Yeah,
Aaliyah
now-
did leave us with some good energy though.
Hey, wait, maintain. Is it
Yeah, for
cold?
sure.
Is it cold in Sacramento tonight too, or you got your hood up? You get a little chilly?
Little 3-portion things. We out here for, you know what I mean? Yeah, you calling
Yeah.
this motherfucker just like the man cave. I'm downtown. You feel me?
Yeah,
Ain't nothing hella simple heating on this motherfucker. We figured it out.
that's what it is. What up, Earl?
What up, Earl?
Earl in the building. So,
Earl.
hey, so tonight, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take it back. We're gonna talk about Doggystyle. And you can see the classic cover right there, and then the podcast cover is inspired by that. So I had a little fun just getting my draw on and just getting busy with it one time.
Called tweaking.
Last week when we talked about E40, it was hard to figure out a place to start. And so I just said, hey, maintain, get us going. So I guess tonight, man, filet, man, Doggystyle. When I say it, when you think about it, start a conversation.
The record that changed, one of the records that changed my life, bro. It was one of the most anticipated records to come out. Like, I was literally waiting for Snoop. I was waiting for this guy.
Yeah.
Like, Ain't Nothing But a G Thing came out. Murder, She Wrote came out. What was the other record? No, I think those were the two.
No, it was done by
Nah,
G Thing
Murder
and Dre
was the
Day.
case.
And Dre,
Murder Was the Case was on Doggystyle, and then the follow-up project was that Murder Was the Case.
But Ain't Nothing But a G Thing was the record.
Yeah,
that,
off the Chronic.
That made me want to wear a Chronic leaf.
Yeah, on the hat.
Right.
And I had to get a Dickie outfit.
I wanted to go to that barbecue.
Oh my God, the barbecue
yeah,
free.
barbecue was
Oh, I wanted to play volleyball for sure.
Yeah, go up behind that one
for
lady.
sure.
Y'all remember
I
that?
for sure wanted to be in the volleyball game.
We ain't
I
forgot.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted a lowrider for
Right.
sure. Right? And
Yeah.
You know
so,
what else?
So what's that, maintain?
A refrigerator with them 40s in it, man.
well, yes.
Oh man.
Yes. So I went to a party in college that had that. So, but
That's raw.
that record made the anticipation for Snoop Dogg.
Okay, so let's just take it like a year or two before Doggystyle. And I because Vard was just bringing this up too, where he was saying that deep cover song, right? That's
Yeah.
the first time we get to hear about Snoop. So Freeze, do you remember that? Do you like you're a couple 2-3 years older than us? What do you remember about just when you first heard about Snoop?
Yeah, I mean, Snoop was, for me, to be honest with you, the first time I heard Snoop was with him and Dre. That was the first time I ever heard him, and to be honest with you, it was a totally different flow. You know what I mean? He was a West Coast dude, but he had that storytelling flow, and that's one thing about this album, Doggystyle, that's crazy to me when I listen back, because you talk about it all the time, but so when you talk about these albums, you announce them a week ahead, and we have time to listen and go back and listen. And I was checking it out, and I was just like, man, Snoop's storytelling was really on some next level ish. You know what I mean? Like that Shiznit, that record, like you just
Oh, that's
listening
my
to
favorite, dude.
It. Yeah,
God
you
damn.
just listen to it, and you're like, it's literally like reading a book. You know what I mean? And that was the thing for me at that age, where I obviously wasn't living in the streets of Compton. I obviously wasn't out doing the things that he was rapping about, but I was damn sure watching the movie. You know what I mean?
right.
And I was damn sure listening to the story and really into it. And there was just nobody who had really done that for me in the way that Snoop does it at that point in time on the West Coast. So I was just really, both feet in. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like for like you were saying, the anticipation. It's like we're learning about Snoop in the early '90s with the deep cover, and then the Chronic album comes out, and the hype on that album, and then Nothing But a G Thing, and Dre Day, and this guy Snoop Dogg, who wasn't from NWA, he was the new guy that Dre found, the first guy that Dre's putting out outside of NWA.
Right.
But with all the NWA sounds, that's the thing about this album too that I listen to. You hear all the Dre classic sounds, all the in betweens, all the skits, all the hi hats. Everything is just straight classic groundwork from Dr. Dre, and it's amazing with Snoop flowing over it.
Well, not just Dre though.
It's Daz though.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the homie Daz. And
Daz, man,
it's Daz. But so here's the thing, and this is what makes Dre such an amazing producer, is that yes, a lot of that is Daz. In fact, even like Shook said, almost all of Doggystyle is Daz.
Wow.
However, Daz would get it started, and then Dre would put the sauce on it. And he would produce the records. The mix and the extra this, and switch out that hi-hat and hit this over here and dub that and bring it to where, god damn, nothing sounded like it.
Right.
Ever.
I love the W balls.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to the guy that did that.
The skits were off the hook.
They were fantastic.
Well, I just really like, and Freeze, you did a really good job of explaining the storytelling, bro. Like, which comes down to Snoop Dogg's writing ability, right? Like, he just got inducted to the Singer and Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Today,
actually.
right?
My homie JB hit me about that.
And
And was like, hey,
that
what do you know?
To Freeze's his songwriting ability.
Right.
And that he's absolutely correct. Doggystyle, if you were to sit back and close your eyes and listen to that record from beginning to end, which you can absolutely do.
Start to finish.
You can listen to that record from start to finish.
Yeah.
And it will take you on a journey.
Like my buddy Danny said, man, just get yourself some gin and juice or some St. Ides.
Listen, the fucking gin and juice. I didn't even like fucking gin and juice until I didn't want to try it until he talked about it.
It's still one of the greatest records ever.
I didn't even want to wear a hockey jersey until I seen him wearing it in the video.
I didn't want to grow my hair out until recently, because I was like, I want to sit on a porch and get my hair braided like Snoop did. and I want to sit on the handlebars of a bike and roll around the hood.
Right.
God damn, he was so cool.
That made his pen so vicious from the beginning, or that moment in time, was him being mentored by DOC.
Yeah.
Good call.
There really is there's no death row without that man being there.
Yep.
Good call. See, I love it when the artist perspective comes in.
Too. But yeah,
that DLC, that second album that never came was the second album that I was waiting for the minute after his first one dropped. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And man, that's just a tragic story. You know what I'm saying? It's a tragic story, but it's incredible how he's bounced through it, kept working, stayed positive. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some recent interviews with DOC where he's took it on the chin, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, right? It just comes on. You're like, God damn it.
This shit is imprinted in my head, bro.
Every single day.
May I
kick a little something with the G's, and it's like
I breeze through.
It's 2 a.m. and the party's still jumping because my mama ain't home.
I can relate to those parties.
Man, bro, just the feeling of, remember just house parties and everything. Bro. Maybe Doggystyle feels like the best house party ever to me.
No,
good way to describe
it.
I mean,
yeah,
parts of it.
Yeah, it does. It definitely does. It has a house party vibe feel to it. Yeah. Hey, that's definitely house party. Like when you first pull up, that's when you first pull up to the house party. This song is playing.
Yeah, dude, and it's 187.4 on your dial, on your FM dial, and if you're looking, it's W balls.
And then Doggy Dog World, like that's when the party's.
This video did a lot. This video was
this one where he's on top
hip hop with this one.
Absolutely, dude.
You know the Doberman pictures and everything.
Yes, all these morphing into the dogs and shit. Yeah.
Yep. Right. So I want to take it back to when I first got the album, because my brother Danny Granzella, right, and his mom, like at midnight, went and picked him up, and I think we all got our money together and gave it to Danny. I don't know where he went, Danny. So like, message me where y'all got him.
Is that
But,
his
like-
real last name, or is that the Bay Area last name, Granzello?
No, that's his real last name, and that's his family. If you're ever driving up I-5 and you see that like Granzella's Hotel and deli and all that, that's their family and shit. So no, that is some straight.
Look at the camera and shit. He got
Yeah, that's some
Dr.
straight.
X on him, put his
Some straight
fingers together,
Italians, man.
like,
So
really?
yeah.
Granzellas.
Yeah, the Granzellas. So look, it was like midnight. He went. I think he got like 3 tapes and like 6 CDs. So that next morning, we all could get them from him.
Right.
And you said it, that anticipation, and I wish people nowadays could experience what it was like to like have to get
Tuesday.
ready for the album and
That
New Music
Tuesday.
Tuesday, and when you go to the Warehouse or Music Land or wherever you go,
Tower.
Sam Goody, Tower Records, Rasputin's, Amoeba, wherever the music was coming out, and you had to be there the day that shit dropped.
Bro.
Because you hadn't
That
heard
shit
any
was
of
real.
it yet. None of that shit had leaked. There was no internet to leak that shit
was
on.
real.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit was real. That was a real experience.
Oh my God, I was so
It was
excited.
part of the process.
Bro.
Right? The anticipation.
To
Everything.
get to your fucking car, to put
Unseal that shit,
in,
get to fucking
and
run
re-
your
and-
thumb
and-
down
and-
the
and
like
read
the
the fucking.
it out.
Oh my God, the
Then you had them
credits.
extra like stickers you can't see until you get to slide in your finger and shit. Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna get to
God.
the music now. How many
Bro.
CD cases or CD cassettes y'all break trying to get to it?
They will never.
Oh,
They will
man.
never know,
it's a lost feeling,
bro. That is a lost feeling. That
It
New
is to a
Music
certain degree.
Tuesdays.
right?
Hey, y'all sound old as hell.
Yeah, we do. Bar was just saying,
Hell of
All
years.
good.
yeah, kids
Hey.
just won't understand
Hell
going mall to
years.
mall, city to city, trying to find a record.
Hell of years, bro.
Hell of years, man.
Hell of years of
But
this shit.
Doggystyle was the album that I remember being the most excited for. Like it was gonna come
Yes,
out.
I was like,
And the hype
agree.
was so
It was
there,
huge.
and we're
It
what
might have
this-
been close to a 6-month promo run if you keep it real.
it,
It was
it
a
feels
long
like
run.
it.
It wasn't short. It wasn't no 30 days. It wasn't no 2 months. You feel me? They worked those records before you got that album.
Yeah, that was back when they did roll. They rolled out singles. They worked it to radio.
What
They
was
got
the
it on
first,
the video, and
Yep.
then they got to. Some of those rollouts lasted a year and a half back in the day.
what was the first single that came out for this album?
It was Who Am I?
Okay, so I remember distinctly. There was I played a football game.
Hold that thought. I'm shaking. I'm so cold over here. It's fucking Berlinski, dude. God.
Last week you guys
Damn.
were smoking, you guys were dancing and drinking. This week you guys are like all in ice mode. You know what I'm saying?
Frozen. The freezing. It's
I'm
freezing. Oh man. Okay. Sorry for
Turn
That's
that
cool.
heater on
So-
for a second.
Hey, the heater's on. It's just it's slow.
This is actually pretty
time.
dope.
Okay.
So I remember playing in this football because this album came out when I was in high school. I played in the game, right? Friday night. We kicked this team's ass, right? After the game, one of my boys who didn't play football, the album that came out, he had got me, like your boy bought you the album, my boy bought me the album, okay?
Okay.
He goes, bro. bro.
And that's how he looked at you.
Bro.
That's the kind of look and the exact thing they say when they give you a fat sack of bomb stuff and you know it's hot. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I got some fire. Bro.
And I'm like still in my pads and shit. Like this is after the game. He comes running up to me. Like,
I got you, John.
Like you have to listen to this album.
Yeah.
Damn it, I
Like,
forgot my shoes.
like this. He's like, what words were we saying back this? This was off the hook.
It was off the hook.
You know what I mean? Like this thing was. What was it? I don't think we were saying rad or some shit like that. Or,
We might have been.
you know what I mean? Like,
Hey, you know what? I use Rad like once a week on purpose.
whatever.
Still?
Whatever.
Hey, will you get rad in next week's rap?
I might.
whatever cool
That
word.
didn't sound like a yes. That sounded like fuck
Hey,
your
you know there's a
word.
Rad record out there by one of our favorite artists?
Whatever cool word.
Is there?
Word.
40 got a rad record?
Stress.
Whatever fucking
Stress
cool
does? That's
word
right.
Oh, yeah,
he does.
Okay.
Whatever fucking cool words out there, he came and fucking like gave it to me and gave me that look.
Yeah, and then it blew your mind.
Listen, I went and got dressed.
Okay.
We went and sat in this car, and we rolled Bammer joints. And we smoked them, and we listened to fucking Doggystyle, bro. Because we couldn't get no chronic, bro. Because we was
Remember
high
when
school.
Cameron was just that was all you had, and it was
Yeah.
like that's you were
That's
happy
it.
with it because that's all you had.
Bro, we had some Bammer joints, bro.
Do people even know what Bammer is anymore? They should, right? Do people in high school like?
They just call it mid now, bro.
That's
mid, or they call it.
That's like low grade. That's like low grade. Low grade people that got like low grade shit.
Yeah, Reggie, like you said, mids.
Yeah,
right. Something like that.
Good music, healthy soul. It's the Hella Years Podcast.
All right, so we're gonna talk doggy style for a little while, and then we got a couple other exciting things to share and just some wellness stuff. But I want to talk a little bit about just death row and that time and just how it felt. What y'all remember? We got a few Snoop stories to share. I mean, high school was such a big part of our lives, going, from kids into young man, and a lot of the music that we think about, that shaped us. It's from that time for so many of us, right? So what high school kids listen to now might be different than what they did 10 years ago or hella years ago. But like Doggystyle, In a Major Way, Me Against the World, Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers, Ready to Die, like these are albums that were part of the high school experience.
Yeah.
But if I have to only pick one, if I'm on a desert island, and there's one album that I get to pick, it's Doggystyle.
Yeah, I'm bringing that.
And from front to back, I enjoy it probably more than anything. And I know Maintain don't like lists. I don't know how you feel about lists, Freeze.
Maintain hates lists. Fuck your list.
I remember when we did like the Goody Mob episode, Freeze, and we were talking, and we're like, God damn, this Soul Food is one of them ones that this might be my favorite album at this moment. Yep. But like for me, like Doggystyle is up there. It's everything that it's nostalgic. It's still fucking is so dope. The storytelling, the flows, the production, the everything about it is a 10 out of 10 for me. And so I was doing a little research on it, and it sold first week. It sold 800,000 like copies,
right?
Which was the most that a rap album had ever sold at the time,
right?
And I remember
platinum in 1 week.
Absolutely. And it's like the last certification was 7 times platinum. And for the most part, it's like 4.5 out of 5 or 5 out of 5s. But there was some people that said it just sounded like they just tried to remake The Chronic. But I don't really think they tried to remake The Chronic. What's your thoughts on Maintain? What do you think about that?
So you said I don't like lists, and it's true. Fuck your list. But Doggystyle is like my top 3 albums, man. I remember in high school we had to do like an audio book reporter or something to make something relevant, bro. I used Murder Was the Case, bro.
Did you?
I had to sit down and write every lyric down and then give it all to the class, bro. I really fuck with Snoop, bro.
Damn. We'll talk about
Did you give him the edited version?
No. And look, dig this though. And I recorded the motherfucker on a VHS off of TV and took that motherfucker to school and put it in the shit.
Did you?
We watched
really?
that.
That's hilarious.
Walked into 7th grade like bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
That was like 9th grade.
Did that would have been interesting if you did that with the Ain't No Fun record.
Right.
I'm gonna fuck y'all up even more though.
Here, class, listen to this.
I did all that at a private high school on top of it, bro.
Oh my God.
Damn. Let's revisit the Jack Off Hour.
Which is probably the only thing on the whole album that I could identify with when I heard
At that
this
time.
album.
OMG.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait to share the story in just a hot sec. But maybe we should just enjoy a little Nate Dogg for a quick moment.
R&B.
Before what?
Before you open up
Yo,
Up,
mouth.
yo, yeah.
I had respect for your lady.
I had some respect, but now I take it all back.
Bye-bye.
What did you give me?
Cause you gave me all your pussy.
And what else?
Yeah.
And then you even.
And you even licked my balls.
2 times.
How's he singing it so smooth?
Your number on the cabinet.
Leave your number over there.
And I promise, baby, I'll give you a call.
Oh my God.
Kids singing along to all this with no idea or no experience in any of it.
Hey, for real, John, rest in peace, Nate Dogg. One of
Rest
the
in peace,
greatest
Nate
ever,
Dogg.
man.
Yeah.
I plead the 5th on this song.
That day, baby.
Just lay back and open your mouth. Come on, man. So,
I've never said that to anybody.
just lay back and open your mouth.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Not.
I don't think I used the word lay back. I don't think I said that.
Right, exactly. I didn't use that phrase.
Alvar was just saying his mom hated hearing this song. I think every mom in the country in like the early 90s was terrified of Snoop Dogg and what he was doing to the youth.
My mom had no idea I was listening to this record.
She probably didn't want you to, man. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, Nate Dogg did a rest in peace, Nate Dogg. He did a tour for the Music and Me album that he did.
Yeah.
And he came through Sacramento. He was signed to Elektra Records, and he came through on his tour bus. We had a cool interview. I'll throw some pictures up on the website, helliyears.com. Anyway, great interview. He's like, hey man, can you get some weed and some hen? I'm like, for sure. He's like, cool. You got a club tonight? I was like, I do. He's like, let's roll. Cool. So I go get a little Satcharelli, get a little pint of some Hennessy. I should have got a bigger one, but they only had like a little one at the store. Anyway, so I go hit him up on the tour bus, and then we go to what was it? SN 19th. It was after like we rocked Brandon's a lot and like Press Club. It was a few years after that, towards the end of my time in Sacramento, right? But it was SN 19th, I think.
That's when the party ended. When we all left is when Sacramento went to shit.
Hey, bro, I almost ended the whole shit.
I was like, Maintain's gonna say something about that, but so it was the SN 19th, I think. Anyway,
no comment.
And DJ Blend was our DJ, and so I go there with Nate Dogg, but Nate was like, "But don't tell nobody I'm here." I'm like, "All right, fine." So we chilling for a little bit, we smoke, we have a good time, and then DJ Blend throws on "Ain't No Fun." And we're like upstairs in like the little back area. Nobody knows Nate Dogg is there. They heard him on the air with me earlier in the night, but they didn't know he was there with me, right? And then he looks at Blend, he looks over at me, and he goes, "Give me the fucking mic."
No way.
Oh,
Okay.
shit. Free performance!
And then Nate Dogg walks out right when it's the "When I Met You Last Night, Baby."
And
He just
there?
walks, and there's maybe like 200. It wasn't a big ass club, but like it was lit. It's like, midnight, 12:30 or some shit.
He sings the shit.
And he walks out and starts performing and starts singing "Ain't No Fun." And the whole fucking club lost their fucking mind. Sure. It was one of the greatest moments, dude, because we didn't plan it. We didn't think it was good. Right. It wasn't just like, hey, you want to rock?
It was all in love. It was all in love and the vibe.
He threw on "Ain't No Fun," and Nate looked and was like, and he just, "Give me the mic." And then came out and fucking killed it, and then we had a fantastic night.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah.
Nate Dogg came to, on that same promo tour, I was in Kwin in Stockton at that time doing afternoons, I believe. And he came through for an interview. We did the interview and everything. And my ex-wife was actually pregnant with my daughter at the time. And I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that Amanda still has the photograph. But we had him serenade her belly when Madison was in her belly.
That's dope.
And it was pretty freaking amazing to sit there and watch Nate Dogg sing to my soon-to-be born daughter in utero.
Does she remember that? Probably.
My daughter has no idea. At this point, I'm not even sure. Well, no, she does know who Nate Dogg is, but she has no idea that happened.
Well, you've done right now with all of us at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta think though, Freeze. You've done some amazing shit for Madison, right? She's gotten to see some amazing concerts, meet some of her like all-time favorites and everything. But like that might be kind of cool if she kind of understood the context of just who Nate Dogg was. Like, baby, he sang to you.
Well, hey,
like in utero.
In utero.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
What's that, Filet?
I have no cool Nate Dogg stories.
No, you don't?
I think, I swear to God, I think we're just like...
that was just one that you just misconnected.
I think we've just been in passing always.
Yeah.
We've been in the same areas at times. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I think we may have like passed the blunt.
Yeah.
You know what? This makes me feel good because almost always Filet is the one with the cool story, and I'm the one sitting there feeling like him right now.
Yeah.
And I have no cool stories with Snoop.
I
know you do.
Holy shit, Snoop story.
And I've always been in passing with Snoop too. Okay. Every time I've met him, like, because I've met him plenty of times, but never like hung with him, like never. All right. Like I've always been in passing with Snoop. Like, and I've hung with like, tons of people but I've always been in passing with Snoop for some reason.
I do have a cool Snoop story.
Please share.
I forgot what award show it was, but there was an award show in Vegas, and you had the whole room set up for the artists to come through, do autographs and all that kind of stuff, and do interviews and everything. No, they were there to do interviews. I was just getting autographs, and so,
I was just getting their autographs.
Shout out to Kay Reezy because she had gotten a bunch of candies. They were Jolly Rancher candies, the little ones, and she had put them all out over the table. So when artists were coming by, they had some candy to grab, and it was like an icebreaker or whatever. And Snoop comes over to our table and he just starts picking all the watermelons out. And he's like picking every watermelon out of all the ones on the table. I'm like, bro, you gonna take all the watermelon or what? And he's like, it's all good, Freeze. And I was like, it is all good, Snoop. There was just this zenful moment where I felt like he put like a spell over me. Like the way he said it was like, it's all good, Freeze. And I was like, you're right. It is all good, Snoop.
It was like a Jedi mind trick. Right. These are not the droids you're looking for.
The next thing, all the watermelons are gone.
This is back in my smoking days.
Yes,
Freeze
yes.
has
obviously
a watermelon story with Snoop.
That's
I'm not going to explain it further. I just think that's funny.
That's hilarious.
That is funny.
That is hilarious.
All right, so we'll
But
get
on
back
some
to
hip hop shit though.
Yes, maintain what you're talking about.
My moment. So we said this album came out in '93, right?
Yeah.
So they was on a couple years of just running hip hop and Death Row being relevant. I remember one of my video games, bro. Every player on the team was somebody on Death Row.
You changed their names to like Corrupt and Daz and shit.
I'm dead serious. Whole team. Death Row, bro. That's my little brother Sean. He'll tell you.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Those are pretty good.
That is.
That's pretty fantastic.
That is pretty good. I've never thought about that.
What?
Like I've changed like the names of players on video games, but it's always been one player.
Right.
Which would be me.
You didn't change the whole whole Death Row.
No,
Did you have Danny Boy on there and like?
Nah, because Danny Boy wasn't at the beginning of Death Row.
Okay.
Like it's only one player, which is me. Like,
right.
DJ.
Yeah.
I mean? And then I'm playing with like Scottie Pippen or Jordan and shit and stuff.
Okay. Fair enough. On the Last Meal album, which was the last time that Suge was going to get some money off of Snoop based on how Master P had worked the deal with No Limit and all that. Snoop did a promo tour, came through to Sacramento. And I'd already met him too at the Up in Smoke tour when we rocked there, and that was fantastic. That was a night to remember, man. But so Snoop comes through and spends like 4 hours on the air with me, like from 6 to 10. The whole show he rocks. And like the East Siders came with them, Corrupt came with them, and Badass came with them. And it was, we got to meet a lot of people in Sacramento, and just the vibe of our radio station. Everybody enjoyed it and loved it, and we'd have weed, and it was just the back porch, and it was just a lot of cool people. So I felt like everybody always had a good time when they came.
Yeah.
And like the energy of Snoop, even this is almost 20 years ago, like, and I'm sure it's the same now. Like he just glows. Like he is something magical, and like he is just the coolest fucking dude. Anyway,
he's a human hip hop unicorn.
He is. He absolutely is, man.
He is.
He is.
He is.
Stretch was telling me they say he's one of the most recognized like people on the planet. Like
he is.
Like everywhere around the world knows Snoop. Right?
Yep.
So we rock for 4 hours. We do take a chronic break midway through, right? And this happens. No bullshit. Because somebody had a whole lot of weed, and Snoop bought
shout out to my nigga.
Yeah, Snoop bought he had a box of Swishers, right? And he bought like 3 zips off of him, like 3 different kinds. And they just, like the weed roller, he had the roller man, like his gardener or something, that one white dude, was just rolling blunt after blunt after blunt after blunt, right? And then Snoop is like, let's go burn. So we go into the back of the radio station. We had an alley. It was cobblestone streets out in old Sacramento, right? And there's an excursion back there, and Snoop had some 2 big ass like Samoans, like security, right? And they stood outside the excursion, and we just got in the excursion, and it was Snoop in the driver's seat, and then next to him, riding shotgun was Superfly, who's one of the producers, right? Dog Pound.
Yes, sir.
Superfly's there, and then I'm pretty sure it was Trey D or Goldie Loc.
Who's running the station at this point?
I don't fucking know. Paula was there. She went and sat on Snoop Dogg's lap too. That's the owner of the radio station, right?
It's Freeze. You know this
Anyway.
makes the story.
And the East Side is and me in the car in the excursion. That's it. Nobody else.
Gang.
Five, and we had like 5 blunts.
You smashed them all to the face.
No, I had one. So we sit in the car for like 30 minutes, right? And like Snoop is in the driver's seat and I'm sitting like in the middle, 1 seat back. And he's just leaning back like this. And he starts like asking me about Sacramento and asking me about my life and what it's like and like interviews me a little bit. And I remember saying, I was like, I just gotta be honest with you, Snoop. This is like a dream come true. I can't even believe this is the greatest smoke out. I'll never have a beat. He's like, you're gonna have this your best smoke out for sure, right? But so then I start telling him a little bit about Federation and Rick Rock because Snoop had just done 2 records on Rick Rock beats, but hadn't met Rick yet. He did the one on Jay-Z's Dynasty album, the Get Your Mind Right, right? He did that record and he sounded dope on it. And then he did Drugs and Alcohol on Exhibit's Restless album, right? And Rick did that beat. And the first thing that Snoop says when the beat comes on, it's like his ad-libs, he's like, oh, this shit funky. Like you could tell he was feeling the fuck out of that beat. And then he wrote it like old Snoop, not like No Limit Snoop. And like his flow on the Get Your Mind Right record was like old Snoop, right?
Yeah.
That was that dum 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 dum. I'm gonna have to pull it up here in a minute. So I'm like, hey man, you just murdered my like big homie's beats. You got fuck with Rick. And he's like, I've been looking for that guy. I don't know him yet, but like he's fucking dope. So then we go back on the air and I played him Federation's Fabulous record. And at the end of the record, there's like a minute of the beat that just rides out, right? And Snoop is like, oh my God, I need to sign y'all to Doggystyle right now. Oh my God, I need to talk to Rick. So then we go to the office after we get off the air. It's just me and fucking Snoop. And Snoop, we bust out our time ports. He's like, let me get your contact, nephew. I'm like, oh my fucking God, this is crazy. So like, you guys remember the time ports? Like you would hold the 2 ways. So Snoop zaps it to me and I zap him my contact. I'm like, this is fucking ill, right? This is crazy. And then we call Rick on the little speakerphone. They chop it up like they're going to connect and get some music and shit going and all that. And then the next morning, Snoop had hit me and was like, man, I really appreciate last night, man. Thanks for plugging me with Rick Rock, man. It's all good. Let me know if you need anything, nephew. And I was like,
you nephew.
What?
I'm a real nephew.
Touchdown.
I couldn't believe it. That shit was the greatest smoke out ever. And we got a lot of smoke outs with a lot of people.
How early in your career was that, Boots? How early in the game?
That's last year. I mean, man, because you were already up here.
Yeah.
I think.
So it was towards the end?
You were probably already up here. I mean, it was the last Meal album, like 01, 02. It was after Up in Smoke.
Okay.
And it was just something I just couldn't believe it happened like that. And I got to smoke for like a good 30, 40 minutes. And he interviewed me a little bit with Snoop.
Right. And you made a connect that was a valuable connect to all parties involved, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and I mean, if you think about all the stuff that Rick and Snoop have done now.
Right.
Shit, they damn near got an album's worth of stuff.
That's
and
a fact.
You know, I mean, there's a lot of shit there. But
that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's big, bro.
There were some comments and shit coming in. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, that was going to happen regardless. But
you the plug. You like El Chapo.
Yeah.
you El Buto.
But like the timing of that, the fact that like he had just done those records and hadn't met Rick yet, and then he's listening to like the beats that we're playing when we're interviewing, and just the whole vibe and energy of the bomb of 103.5.
Bro,
we had there.
Back then, we were doing the movement we had back then, the energy, the vibe, like the things that we were doing back then were so next level. Freezer. You already know how we were moving back then. We were moving mean back then, bro.
But see, guys,
the crazy thing about about 103 in Sacramento at that time too is like we didn't have all the research and all the all the people all the consultants telling us what records to play and how long to play them and what to talk about and what radio has become now. And that was what was so beautiful about it is we literally, that station was like a college radio station without the rules of a college radio station.
Right.
So it was
Real
like
shit.
we were doing smoke outs. We were doing interviews and then having a smoke out on the back patio.
Right,
Like,
with the artists.
That was just part of the repertoire. You know what I mean?
Hey, one time Tone Pesh was running the boards and he went to smoke out by himself and locked his ass outside.
I think he did that a couple times.
And then I got called by Paula, like, you need to get up there. It's like 5 a.m. This motherfucking Tone Pesh went to the back porch and locked himself out, man.
Doggystyle was running by himself.
Don't let there be no dead air. Don't let that fucking strobe light go off, man.
Oh my gosh,
You
Tone
smoke a lot of
Pesh.
weed up there.
Yeah.
Right?
We smoked a lot of weed up there, bro.
Hey, Domino's tapping in.
coming out of meetings and there's twomp sacks sitting on the floor of the carpet in the middle of the hallway at 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Freeze,
Like-
you just got to share with people what you coined that, like, what prize packs we gave away. Like, tell people, like, the kind of when it was time to win something, what did we do?
And we actually wait, Freeze, before you tell them this. We actually said this on the air
Every day.
every
night.
day. Every time we gave away a prize to a
And
listener.
and we did it before marijuana was legal.
before
So
This is important.
when we first started the station, we were giving away, like, we didn't have a lot of big time promo stuff to give away, but we wanted to do contests. We wanted to put listeners on the radio and all that kind of stuff. So we started giving away bags full of like promo shirts, movie passes, balloons, whatever the hell we had in the prize closet. And we were at a jock meeting and Ebro was talking about it, and I was like, you know, we were thinking about ideas how to sell it on the radio, so it sounded like it was a big deal. And I was like, we're giving away fat sacks of bomb stuff, and everybody was like, "What?" And they started cracking up. And they're like, "All right, we're rolling with it." And we just started. We'd be on the air in Sacramento talking
really
about
worked.
giving away free fat sacks of bomb stuff all day.
Maintain, what do you remember that as being just out in the traffic as a listener at the time when you're hearing something like that? Like, how did that hit, dude?
It's funny because, you know, you go from the listener side to hanging out with y'all, right? But on some listener shit, y'all had every event turned up, bro.
Oh my god.
That radio station fucked up radio in Northern California in a good way. It set a precedent.
Yeah.
And I'm
It
gonna
was
say
definitely
again, if you ever
Bro,
heard of
we
West
used to
Coast
go.
Wednesday, not
Bro, we
Park,
used to go.
doing it again.
Bro,
You ever
we used to
heard
go.
of
Right now.
West Coast
Yeah, yeah.
Wednesday?
We
You
used
know
to
what
go,
West Coast
yeah,
Wednesdays
bro.
is? Freeze knows what that is.
I
And
do.
he know where it started, but the rest of the world, that's Zach on West Coast
Yep.
Wednesday.
Yeah,
Hey,
Zilla's night show was something special, bro, and that affiliation with the artist was really a big part of it. Like, you really tapped into giving the artist an outlet. It wasn't just coming to get an interview with Boots. You know what I'm saying? It was coming to get an interview, but you were really not knowledgeable about the people you were talking to,
Right.
and you really gave them a platform to really like talk. You weren't doing the whole whoop 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 and then cut them off with your own. You know, you let them run the station for however long they wanted to kick it with you, and that was
Yeah.
the beautiful thing about it.
On a Rick Rock beat.
Right.
So they were like
Every
dancing.
beat was a
They'd
Rick
be
Rock
like,
beat.
what is
That's
fuck? Shit, this shit made me feel like this.
Right. That's
Yeah, I was
then,
jealous, bro. I was jealous.
That shit was a
Gonna tell
good
you,
time.
bro. I was jealous.
But see,
I was
I
jealous.
think,
I was like, "Where's Zilla getting these beats, man? All I got is the Twins instrumental."
hey, the twins,
didn't get the
twins
Doug
were
track
great
too?
though, dude. Man, the
Oh,
twins,
sure.
man. They
For
had
sure,
that
but
round and
it's the
round.
only one you have, it gets a little old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fair enough. But see, like the feelings that we were just sharing and talking about those years at the bomb, right?
Right.
Like a few years before that, just being in high school and just falling in love with hip hop, like it was albums like Doggystyle
Right.
and In a Major
Yep.
Way and ATLians
Right.
and like these albums that just something about hip hop and these artists connected for me in a way that like I never have felt something like that before.
Right.
You know, I really can go back. Look at this. See? Oh God.
It's a
damn.
new
that?
hoodie I just got.
What
This
is it?
Reasonable
say?
Doubt. It was written. Machiavelli. ATLians. The score. These are
I just got that
all
yesterday.
masterpieces.
All masterpieces.
But if I'm doing a list, the top of my list is Doggystyle.
Yeah.
For sure.
Have to
For
agree.
sure.
I got to do that one
Yeah.
time. We're gonna hit you with something real quick. We'll be right back.
I've been rapping for hella years. Domino. I've been rapping for hella years, smoking for hella years. Day one still, yeah. Hearing me crystal clear. Hey dudes, hella years. Hit gas switch gear. I've been rapping for hella years. Domino. I'm a cold world hustler, nigga. It's a cold world. I don't want your bitch, nigga. You can keep your girl. I be on some other shit, nigga. Try to take over the world. Pinky in the brain shit, nigga. Come on. Break it down, roll it up, spark that shit. Maintain domino like death row shit. 93 deep cover, doggy dog, Dr. Dre shit. Can't understand how I spit that shit. I'm on a whole different page, I promise you, man. I'ma smoke this weed, proceed to get paid. I'ma stay out the way, stay in my own lane. Get your cruising in mind and we will collide. Come on, I ain't got no reason to lie, I'm that guy. Minding my business for real, I don't lie. We gon' ride till we die for what we stand for. Crooked cops still killing us, it's an all-out
If
war.
we go in deep cover, get your whole piece smothered, clear the streets, fucker. All ask for peace, brother, grab your piece, sucker. Or stop doing sucker shit, we done had enough of it, now we deep cover. If we go in deep cover, get your whole piece smothered, clear the streets, fucker. All ask for peace, brother, grab your piece, sucker. Or stop doing sucker shit, we done had enough of it, now we deep cover, bitch.
Feeling like Snoop Dogg dreadlock shit. Snoop lying rolling up my bag will get high shit. Smoking for hella years, you smelling what maintenance near. Yeah, niggas get one thing clear, ain't no man I ever fear. I kill beats every time I hop on the mic. I ain't never been a sucker nigga, what your life like? I can keep it real smooth, my demeanor real cool. We can keep it gangster, I was raised by them too. I ain't nothing like you, see that make me different. High smoking something different, academics, my nigga. Hella schemes, pack bros in the clutch, my nigga. Been rapping for hella years, see my style be different. I give a fuck about your squad, they can come up missing. I mean, 187 on a crooked ass car. Fucking with Maine, this shit that never stop. 187 on a snitch, you working for cars. They don't give a fuck about a crooked ass cop. Minding my business when I slide in the spot. Smelling like pop, minding my own. Like Calvin with a song, planes to the dome. I still don't give a fuck about a crooked ass cop. Minding my business when I slide in the spot. Smelling like pop, minding my own. Like Calvin with a song, planes to the dome.
If we go in deep cover, get your whole piece smothered, clear the streets, fucker. All ask for peace, brother, grab your piece, sucker. Or stop doing sucker shit, we done had enough of it, now we deep cover, bitch. If we go in deep cover, get your whole piece smothered, clear the streets, fucker. All ask for peace, brother, grab your piece, sucker. Or stop doing sucker shit, we done had enough of it, now we deep cover, bitch.
What?
What?
Up in this motherfucker too.
Yeah.
Domino.
Man,
That's slapping, man.
that shit was fantastic, man.
Another one.
Thank you, bro.
Salute, bro.
Working, man. You can't play with Doggystyle. You know
You
what I
can't
mean?
play, man.
I play on Doggystyle week. And Domino just make that shit, man. I'm telling you, bro, it's crazy. The way
That
he's
was-
coming up with this shit, it tripped me out sometimes. I ain't even gonna lie.
That shit was fucking solid. Like Jay Trot was just saying. Liz said, maintain. That's some fire right
Fire,
there.
bro.
Yeah, my head was
Low
not
end of it.
stopping. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that was fantastic, man.
That's
God,
Domino,
JB,
nigga.
be killing him. What
Figure
up,
it
though,
out.
Big Dante? You know what I'm saying? That was rad.
That was rad.
Radical, even.
Yeah, that was radical. Hey, and we do appreciate your help with the spelling of modulate last week, Freeze.
Hey,
Because
real
I
talk,
know.
bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah.
I've been worried about it all week. That anxiety thing, it's been driving me nuts.
Hey.
Are they gonna remember?
Great fucking segue.
Hey, I was gonna say that's what you call a segue in radio. Because on Hella Years, you know, we talk hip hop, we talking Snoop and Doggystyle, but we also like to just talk wellness, and we like to talk, you know, how we take care of each other and our health and all that good stuff. And I want to bring my brother Freeze in. You had kind of a not like an awakening or an epiphany, but you got some clarity this week on something that has been with you for hella years. So talk to us just a little bit about maybe what you feel like sharing on that.
Yeah, no, I have let's just put it to you like this. The last month or so, there's been a lot of unknowns in my life. But they were known unknowns, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm transitioning from one job to another, and there's no official word. There's no, the transition isn't something that's public. So there's a lot of anxiety.
Certainly.
Okay, for anybody. But for me, what I experienced over the last month sent me over the edge in a way that I had never experienced in my life. Like, I've always been in radio. I've always been a public speaker. I've always been funny, loud, boisterous, walk into a room, making jokes, cracking jokes, talking and shit, all that. And so I basically I started freaking out because I was in this void of not knowing, but knowing, having everybody saying the right things, telling me the right things, but not having anything concrete yet. And it drove me literally to the point where I needed to talk to a doctor because I was not sleeping well. I was obsessing about it, texting people who were involved, asking questions. And it was just getting out of hand, in my opinion, for myself. And so I did that. And when I did that, the doctor who I had talked to before back in 2020, after my brain bleed, I had gone sober after that. I'd stopped drinking, stopped smoking weed. And I had talked to the doctor at that point about depression and different things I had experienced over the years. And one of the things was this anxiety that I have, but I never really put the word anxiety on it. So what I would do is I would talk about the depression and whatnot, but all the things that came with anxiety in my mind, with what we do for a living, or what we did for a living, all of us on here were performers. So we all have a sense of freaking out a little bit before we perform. You have a little bit of anxiety before you go on stage in any arena. But what I didn't realize was what I was experiencing was way more extreme than most people. And when I went back and really broke it down, it had been happening since the first day that I got on the radio in Sacramento. I remember when I was first on the radio in Sacramento, I was out there doing a street hit. And I think I talked to you guys about this on my last the last time I was on your podcast. I went on there as JJ the Wannabe DJ. Mm-hmm. And I did that because I was so freaked out about being on the radio that I couldn't deal with. I was having anxiety. So what I did is instead of freaking out, I made a character up to go ahead and go with that and be freaking out on the radio as JJ the Wannabe DJ and be funny with it. So that was the first sign that I had anxiety that I kind of pushed off. And then at that point, early in the game, as soon as I got into radio, I started smoking weed. And when I started smoking weed, I started smoking hella weed. And staying high, all day, every day, every situation. And when I would go to do nightclubs, I'd walk in and the first thing I'd do was get a pitcher of Long Island and drink that until I was drunk. And then I would have my head right and I'd be in the mind frame to deal with people and to host the nightclub and, whoop-de-whoop and rock the party or whatever. Right. But the whole time I was not dealing with the fact that there was a name for what I was feeling, and it's called anxiety. And what I was suffering from was an anxiety disorder. And when that got diagnosed to me last week, it really opened up it opened up the whole world for me. It was like, holy shit. That's I went and read all the symptoms. I went and watched a bunch of interviews, and I was like, that's exactly what the fuck I've been dealing with for 30 fucking years with no diagnosis. And I've been self-medicating the whole time. And it was just knowing what it is a huge step because it allows me to identify it when it's happening. Mm-hmm. Even doing this right here, there was an moment earlier today where I was like, maybe I shouldn't do the podcast because, I'm dealing with this anxiety stuff. And I was like, no,
that's why you got to do it. Yeah,
exactly. I was like, it's anxiety. So identify it as that and go do it. because if you don't do it, it's just going to continue to fester as anxiety and manifest itself later on down the road. And so, long story short, it's just been a really eye-opening experience for me. And I wish it hadn't been as messy. I wish I hadn't texted as many people freaking out over the past month as I did. But I'm very grateful for the clarity and the identification, because it's so much better to know what it is than to be suffering from something that you think everybody's experiencing. You're just experiencing it way worse than everybody else.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Nah, you said it exactly. To find out, it's so much better to get the clarity and to find out what's going on and to put a understanding to it. And it's not even like you just all of a sudden understand it all, but it makes sense. And now I can go down this pathway of learning and talking to more people, and like your story and you sharing that. You know how many people like suffer from shit, but either they're too scared to go find out what's going on, or they don't know who to talk to, or maybe just hearing some homie or some friend or some radio DJ or whoever might open that door for them and help them out too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And that was really, honestly, one of the biggest things that I realized after going down this path is how many people, like big name people that we all know, that actually have been diagnosed and suffer from it. Oprah Winfrey, Prince Harry, Kendall Jenner, Meg Thee Stallion. She has a song called Anxiety where she talks about it. And really, like, that was the big thing. As a 47-year-old man, there's a part of me that's, I had to realize, like, you're not supposed to talk about how you're feeling. You're not supposed to talk about what you're thinking. You're not supposed to talk about whether or not you're freaked out or you're nervous or whatever. And I think that was the big thing for me, is I always lived under that framework. So I never, ever looked to identify what was happening to me as a diagnosis.
Right. I
always looked at it as something that I had to work through, that I was experiencing, and I just got to get through it and, blah, 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 blah. So, I just got to say, man, it's, I'm very, very grateful that, I'm 47 years old, but I cannot believe how much better it feels to have what I had, like earlier today, having that moment where I was like, I don't know if I want to do it. And then being like, nah, you know what it is. That's what it is. And then getting on here and being with you guys and talking about it. And I feel fucking fine. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, there's just a lot of, there's a lot of people out there suffering. And I think the more people that are diagnosed, that speak about it, who are in the public eye, the better.
Absolutely.
Because when I saw that Oprah had it, that I saw, Meg had it, that I saw Jonah Hill had it, all these different celebrities that you would assume no way that they have anxiety or that they have social anxiety. They're funny. They're in front of everybody all the time.
Right.
But we're terrified on the inside.
I don't know if you've seen that.
Humanize people. And that's what you forget sometimes. You forget it with the people next to you. You forget it with the people on TV. You forget it with the people in your household. You know what I mean? Okay,
have y'all seen what Charlemagne has been doing with some of those conversations on YouTube?
Yes.
Like he's doing some great work and just having kind of conversations like this with a lot of those big artists and big people that you like. It just humanizes the whole thing, and you go, holy shit! Like even though that you think, man, they're famous, they're rich. No, they're still people that have feelings and suffer from illnesses and struggle and wake up just like we do.
Right. Got to put 2 feet on the ground and put their shoes on one at a time. And so and Freeze, I really appreciate you sharing, your journey with us, because this is very important that we share these things as men, because we do suffer from these things, and we have to learn to share. And
absolutely.
That's the one thing that we have to do to break down some of these barriers that we have up as men, that we have to share, to learn how to be better for ourselves, which is in turn going to make us better men for our family, for our
100%,
for just better humans in general, which we should be aiming for. right?
Yeah.
And don't you think that part of like just doing this has helped us all kind of realize
Yes,
that? Like,
absolutely.
you know,
what
just
I mean?
talking,
Like, it's
getting together, having some fun, you know, talking about an album like Doggystyle or how we feel about Outkast, but then
it's
just opening up some conversation on, you know what though, I'm kind of feeling like this, or I'd like to share this with you guys too.
You know what? The other thing I kind of feel bad, like, right? Like, I was even thinking, like, now as a 44-year-old dad, right? Like, now listen to it, even though I love fucking Doggystyle, like, I can't let my fucking daughter listen to it. you know what I mean?
Right.
Like really, like, because it's like, nah, you can't listen to that shit.
You know what?
Hey, how old is your daughter, bro?
No,
You talking about
How old
Naya?
is your daughter right now?
she's 7. I have a 17-year-old and I have a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
But it's how, like, the degrading part of how he's just degrading women, and then I think about.
Hey, bro, music ain't changing no way. You about to go down the whole rabbit hole, bro.
Listen. But then I think about, like, well, he's been with his wife, you know, since he's been in high school,
Right.
Right.
and I'm like, how the fuck was he getting away with writing these lyrics? Like, what the fuck was he thinking about? Like, that's what I was thinking about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because he's talking about some shit. You know what I mean? But then it's like,
What
you
art
know,
for?
Yeah.
right,
How much of it is actually, you know, what's going on?
right, exactly.
Well,
You know what I mean? So
we're gonna wrap
proved
this
the
up,
point.
and I do have something that you could play for Naya that Snoop just put out that I think you guys may enjoy.
Affirmations are positive statements that help us to challenge.
Have
and
y'all heard
overcome
this?
When you're not feeling good and have negative
Listen to
thoughts.
this
So repeat
shit.
after me. Come on, everyone. There is no one better to be than myself.
There's no one better to be than myself.
Today's gonna be an amazing day.
Today's gonna be an amazing day.
My feelings matter.
You know what
My
he's doing?
feelings matter.
I get better every single day.
yeah, I can rock with this.
I choose to feel happy.
I choose to feel happy.
My family loves me so much.
My family loves me so much.
I care about others.
I care about others.
I learned from my mistakes.
I learned from my mistakes.
Put gin and juice back on. Put gin and juice back on.
Hey, but just the fact
Think
that
about the
Snoop,
demographics he's
I'm
touching
just
to make
saying,
that
Snoop,
no fun.
he's got like a cartoon with some dog characters, and it's an affirmation song, and he's got like the wheels on the bus and like, you know, the ABC song and stuff. But a record like just something like that, like, man, salute to the Dogfather, man, for what he's done since Doggystyle, since the content, what you're just talking about, to this.
Well, his gospel album is not fucking bad. I can tell you that much. It's fucking excellent.
Neither is his Rastafari album. The Snoop Lion was cool.
Snoop Lion is fucking cool.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
dude. I
Snoop
fuck
Lion
with
is-
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop
So
Lion
That's why
is
he's the
actually
most
cool.
recognizable rapper.
Right, exactly.
absolutely, man.
Salute to fucking Uncle Snoop, bro.
We'll have to do some more parts, some more episodes on Snoop, because
Yes, sir.
like I really want to deep dive into so many things about his career.
We got
Doggystyle,
sidetracked a
yeah,
bunch of
you're like,
times.
man, you know what? I love the album. We all love the album. Revisit it, spend some time with it, enjoy it.
Love you, Freeze.
Freeze, man,
Love
I
you guys.
appreciate you tapping in. Let's just go around the table one time real quick and slide out. But Freeze, any closing thoughts for the night, bro?
Nah, just thanks for having me on again, you guys, and to everybody in the comments and whatnot. Follow me at I follow. Oops, it's over on the side.
Yeah, opposite,
I
right?
follow Freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, this journey continues. You know what I'm saying? And my goal is to continue to talk about it as I go through it, and continue to talk about it as the journey of life unfolds in front of me. Because if you take it to the grave with you, it's not doing anybody any good.
That's what's up. You always got a platform right here, brother. Every time.
Word
Filet,
up.
any closing thoughts for the night, my dude?
Yes, I do. Salute to my baby girl, Mahala.
Yeah.
And this is in for her, bro. Like, you know, she's been grinding, and this is like, she's proved a lot, right?
Yeah.
And trust the process, bro.
That's what it is right there. Maintain closing thoughts for the night, brother.
Find your peace.
Yeah.
Find your peace with yourself.
Yeah.
Everything else will come together.
That's what it is. again, the album is Doggystyle. It's worth revisiting. It's my favorite album of all time. It's just fun to talk about and just share some love and honor the Dog Father, man, the king of the West Coast. I'm excited for next week. We're gonna have a big homie Rick Rock tap in.
Hey,
he's got a double CD that's about to drop. I think it's scheduled for the 20th, so we're just a couple of days away from that on Friday. I think he's the greatest producer, the most underrated and underappreciated there is.
Slaps.
I love his sound.
and the realest dude,
Absolutely.
So
So
bro, can we
we're
make a beat for us?
We'll talk to the Rock, man. I'm just saying, Domino's doing just fine in what he's doing for us. God damn.
That's what I'm saying. I seen him make a beat in 7 minutes. So
I know, it's crazy.
That's all I'm saying.
So we'll see y'all next week with Rick Rock. Appreciate y'all. I think we got to play that Maintain the Domino
On the
record
way
one more
out.
time
Salute.
as we slide out. So
All right,
we'll see y'all next week. It's all love. Hip hop is hell.
I've been rapping forever.
Stop doing sucker shit.
Domino. Right turn. I've been rapping for hella years, smoking for hella years. Day one still, yeah. Hearing me crystal clear. Hey dudes, hella years. Hit gas switch gear. I've been rapping for hella years. Domino. I'm a cold world hustler, nigga. It's a cold world. I don't want your bitch, nigga. You can keep your girl. I be on some other shit, nigga. Try to take over the world. Pinky in the brain shit, nigga. Come on. Break it down, roll it up, spark that shit. Maintain domino like death row shit. 93 deep cover, Doggy Dog, Dr. Dre shit. Can't understand how I spit that shit. I'm on a whole different page, I promise you, man. I'ma smoke this weed, proceed to get paid. I'ma stay out the way, stay in my own lane. Get the cruising in the mind and we will collide. Come on, I ain't got no reason to lie, I'm that guy. Minding my business for real, I don't lie. We gon' ride till we die for what we stand for. Crooked cops still killing us, it's an all-out
If
war.
we go in deep cover, get your whole beat smothered, clear the streets, fucker. All ask for peace, brother, grab your piece, sucker. Or stop doing sucker shit, we done had enough of it, now we deep cover. If we go in deep cover, get your whole beat smothered, clear the streets, fucker. All ask for peace, brother, grab your piece, sucker. Or stop doing sucker shit, we done had enough of it, now we deep cover, bitch.
Feeling like Snoop Dogg dreadlock shit. Snoop lying rolling up my backwood, get high shit. Smoking for hella years, you smell it with maintenance near. Yeah, niggas get one thing clear, ain't no man I ever fear. I kill beats every time I hop on the mic. I ain't never been a sucker nigga, what your life like? I can keep it real smooth, my demeanor real cool. We can keep it gangster, I was raised by them too. I ain't nothing like you, see that make me different. High smoking something different, academics, my nigga. Hella schemes, pack bros in the clutch, my nigga. Been rapping for hella years, see my style be different. I give a fuck about your squad, they can come up missing. I mean, 187 on a crooked ass car. Fucking with Maine, this shit that never stop. 187 on a snitch, you working for cops. They don't give a fuck about a crooked ass cop. Minding my business when I slide in the spot. Smelling like pop, minding my own. Like Calvin with a song, planes to the dome. I still don't give a fuck about a crooked ass cop. Minding my business when I slide in the spot. Smelling like pop, minding my own. Like Calvin with a song, planes to the dome.
If we go in deep cover, get your whole beat smothered, clear the streets, fucker. All ask for peace, brother, grab your piece, sucker. Or stop doing sucker shit, we done had enough of it, now we deep cover, bitch. If we go in deep cover, get your whole beat smothered, clear the streets, fucker. All ask for peace, brother, grab your piece, sucker. Or stop doing sucker shit, we done had enough of it, now we deep cover, bitch. Domino.